Hello everyone. It's been a while since I posted a video, but because of the current COVID situation, nobody can go anywhere. So I thought I'd take this time to make a video about my purchasing decision in getting my travel trailer. Several years ago, I went through this thought process on what equipment to get, and looking at Class A, Class B, Class C, and of course the travel trailer. So one of the first thing that I have to decide on is where I want to go camping. And just by looking at the places that I wanted to go, I quickly filtered down the list of not having a Class A, ignoring the fact that Class A probably costs a little bit more money than the other campers. Of course, you can have Class B and Class C that are really high in prices too. But the fact that the Class A's are so much typically, they are so much longer and bigger. And for most of the places that I wanted to go to, they are less than 25 feet in length as far as the campsite is concerned. And so ideally around 20 plus feet would be the best. That would certainly get you into just about every spot. So having made that decision, I basically, stopped looking at Class A and concentrated on Class B, Class C, and travel trailers. Of course, you can still go camping in a tent and, sleep on the ground. But I think I have passed that stage that I really wanted to have a bed and running water instead. uh, you know, pack all my food into the fridge and be able to cook whenever I feel like, and not having to pack or unpack, the stove out into the campground. So that basically eliminated, just getting a tent and go camping in a car. Now, having said that, there's advantages to go camping in a car because you can literally go anywhere your car, SUV, or truck can go, which is a lot more places. Gives you more flexibility, and you don't really have to spend any or much money to be able to go camping. But like I said, I want a little bit of kind of luxury on wheels. So that's why I decided on having to go with either a Class B or C and a travel trailer. So I looked at quite a few Class B and C, within the same price range. I have a truck already, so getting a travel trailer is probably the less expensive option. But if you don't have a truck or trailer, truck or SUV, then you would have to add the cost of getting that, and then it probably ends up to be about the same as getting your Class B and C if you don't have a tow vehicle. Now, the one big advantage that I see having a travel trailer is that once I get to my camping destination, I still have a vehicle to go around and do sightseeing with a truck or my SUV. So that gives me a little bit more flexibility I mean, of course, you can still take your Class B and C and drive around, assuming it's, short enough. But that means you still have to uh, kind of break down your campsite, especially if you have it leveled and things attached to it. Uh, so you have to kind of like do a little bit of extra work before you can go off in your Class B and Class C. Whereas in my travel trailer, once I have set up camp, then my truck is disconnected from the trailer, and then I can just take the truck and go to wherever I needed to go with the truck. And the other advantage is that you can still go to a little bit rougher spots with your truck. If you want to go do a little bit of off-roading on some trails, it would be better to go with your truck. Whereas on, if you are driving your Class B and Class C around, then you know, you are hauling a lot of things, even though you can get 4x4 uh, Class Bs right now, you probably don't feel like having to drag everything out into a trail that, you'll be rocking things back and forth. So, that more or less sway my decision to getting a travel trailer. Now, of course, if I am traveling around the country, right now, I think my longest trip that I have taken is like 10 days. I can still pack all my food, all the water, everything into my trailer and not having to stop, except for gas, obviously. Uh, I would stop at each destination for like several days, 2, 3 days before I move on to the next one. Now, if I'm on a round the country trip, going from spots to spots, then maybe a Class B or C might be better because you can, just stop wherever you want and hop onto the back, cook your meals, stop, rest, and not having to, literally get out of your vehicle. Uh, so that's one advantage of Class B and C. But right now I'm not doing that kind of camping or traveling, so that is not a concern for me. But if that's your scenario, something else to think of. The other thing about the travel trailer that you may be concerned with is backing it up is a little bit more challenging, especially in the tight spots where some of the places that I go to is like 20 feet in length. As far as the campsite, I can still park my truck side, right next to my trailer side by side, but backing into that spot usually is a little bit more tricky because the spots usually, or the road going in is usually pretty tight, and to back in requires a little bit of extra room. So if you are not so comfortable backing up your trailer, that can be a challenge. Whereas if you have like a 20 plus feet Class B or Class C, that makes it a little bit easier to back in since it's more like a car and you have shorter turning radius compared to the travel trailer. So just a few things to think of. So there are, obviously pros and cons for each one. In, my current situation, a travel trailer works very well. In the future, that might change. And for your case, I think the best thing to decide on what you need is to find out where you want to go, what you want to do once you get there, and see which equipment best fit that application. So hopefully this video will help you make that choice. And if you'd like to comment or have questions, feel free to leave me a message. Thank you.